Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The first crack didn't come from her phone or a lipstick stain. It came from laughter, soft, careless laughter, floating through a half-open door that I wasn't meant to be standing near. I remember holding my glass of champagne, smiling like a proud husband, when I heard my wife's name followed by a sentence that made my chest tighten. He has no idea. For a second, I genuinely thought they were talking about a case. I was wrong. That night was supposed to be a celebration. My wife Laura had just made junior partner at her law firm. Years of late nights, cold dinners, and postponed vacations finally paying off. I stood beside her at the entrance of the rooftop venue, watching her laugh with colleagues in tailored suits and polished smiles, feeling like the luckiest man in the room. She looked incredible, black dress, hairpin just enough to be professional, just loose enough to remind me she was still mine. Every time she introduced me, she squeezed my hand. "This is my husband," she said proudly. And I believed her. About an hour in, my phone buzzed. A missed call from my brother. I stepped away, weaving through small clusters of attorneys debating cases and promotions, until I reached a quieter hallway near the offices. That's when I heard them. 2 voices. One male, one female. The female voice was unmistakably Laura's. "You really think this can keep going?" the man asked, his tone low, amused. Laura laughed softly. "It has been for months." I froze. My first instinct was denial. "You're mishearing. You're tired. This is work talk." But my body didn't believe that lie. My stomach dropped. My ears burned. "What about your husband?" the man asked. There was a pause. Just long enough. "He trusts me," Laura said. "He's proud of me. He doesn't ask questions." My vision blurred. I stepped back before they could see me, my shoes silent against the carpet. My heart was pounding so loudly I was afraid it would give me away. I walked straight into the bathroom and locked myself in a stall like a coward, pressing my fist against my mouth to keep from making a sound. He trusts me. She was right. I did. Or at least I had. I didn't confront her that night. I don't know why. Shock maybe. Or fear that if I said something, the truth would become permanent. Instead, I walked back out with a stiff smile and played my role until the party ended. Laura was glowing on the drive home, talking about cases, partners, future plans. I nodded. I smiled. I felt like I was sitting next to a stranger. That night, she fell asleep instantly. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying the conversation over and over, wondering if context could somehow save us. Over the next few days, suspicion crept in like a slow poison. She started taking her phone into the shower, turning it face down on the table, smiling at texts she didn't share. Her late nights at the firm multiplied. Missed calls. Vague explanations. I hated myself for noticing. I hated myself more for checking. One afternoon while she was in the kitchen, I opened our shared tablet, something I hadn't done in years. Her messages were synced. I didn't scroll far. "Last night was hard," one message read. "I know," Laura replied. "We'll be careful." Another. "I can't stop thinking about you." "You have to. At least when we're at work." The words felt clinical. Controlled. Worse than passion. This wasn't a mistake. It was a routine. What broke me wasn't the messages themselves. It was the memories they poisoned. Every late dinner I ate alone. Every time I defended her to friends who said she worked too much. Every anniversary where she was too tired. Every moment I told myself love meant patience. Now they felt like evidence, exhibits in a case I never agreed to be part of. I didn't sleep much after that. When I did, I dreamed of standing in rooms where everyone knew something I didn't. Finally, I confronted her on a Sunday morning. No shouting. No drama. Just truth sitting between us like a loaded weapon. "I heard you at the party," I said quietly. "In the hallway." Her face drained of color. For a moment she didn't deny it. That hurt more than any lie could have. "How long?" I asked. She sat down slowly. 6 months. 6 months. I laughed once, sharp and bitter. "Did you ever plan to tell me?" She looked up, tears forming. "I didn't mean for it to happen." Started as stress. Long hours. Someone who understood. "Did you love him?" I interrupted. She hesitated. That hesitation was the answer. "I don't know," she said. "I love you." But I felt invisible. And with him I felt seen. I wanted to scream. Instead I nodded. I saw you, I said softly. I built my life around seeing you. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. That was the turning point. Not the affair, not the confession, but the moment I realized love without respect is just habit. We talked for hours. She cried. She apologized. She explained. She didn't excuse, but she didn't fully own it either. I listened, not because I owed her forgiveness, but because I needed understanding. In the end, I told her I needed space. I moved out a week later. The quiet was brutal at first, but slowly it became peaceful. I started sleeping again, thinking clearly, remembering who I was before I became someone who waited. Laura and I still talk sometimes. About logistics. About closure. About how people can love each other and still cause irreparable damage. I don't hate her, but I don't trust her. And I've learned that pride can blind you. Love can soften warning signs, and betrayal doesn't always announce itself with chaos. Sometimes it whispers behind closed doors while you're standing just outside, believing everything is fine. That night at the party, I walked in as a proud husband. I walked out as someone who finally understood his own worth. And that understanding, painful as it was, saved me.